Titoni's latest model is pulled directly from their past, aptly named the Titoni Heritage Chronograph. This bicompact chronograph takes many design cues and overall looks from the Felca chronograph, which was Titoni's original name. This new model is available with 3 different dial colors. I chose the most classic looking with a cream or light beige dial and these blue highlights, but 2 other colors are available as well, a panda and reverse panda dial, and those are also available on bracelets. This Heritage Chrono starts at $2,400, has a beautiful polished case, and just a very classic look and feel. But as always, how are the small details, and is it worth the price? This is Don Evans from Watch Report. Let's get into the review and find out. So this Heritage Chrono comes in 3 colors, but they are somewhat separated into 2 different collections, retro and modern retro, which is how Titoni refers to the models, but the one I have in hand is the one that takes the most inspiration from the Felca model from the 1950s, Felca if you're not sure how that's spelled. The other 2 dials, a panda and reverse panda, are what are dubbed modern retro, and they offer a cleaner looking dial with different hands and markers among other differences. But this is about the retro one, the one that looks like the Felca, and that is why I chose this one. Now, I didn't realize initially that this one is not available on the bracelet, as are the other 2, and I'm not sure why, and not sure if you can contact Titoni and just say, hey, I would like the bracelet. Nothing else changes about this watch except the dials, so obviously the bracelet fits, but on the website you do not have a choice of strap or bracelet for this color. And more about this taupe strap that's on it in a bit. On the screen, you will see all the specifications and price along with the very long model number, but this is a Solita movement based on the 7750 architecture and works pretty much just the same. Just like most bicompact chronographs, the 9 o'clock subdial is your running seconds, your 30-minute counter is at 3, and of course hitting the top chronograph pusher starts and stops the central chronograph seconds, and hitting the bottom one will reset it. The chrono pushers are pump style, and the crown has a good grip, but like most watches like this, it's a push-pull crown. You just don't get into a screw-down crown on chronographs until you get to the really specialty type watches, and because of that, you also have very low water resistance here at only 5 ATM. The case is all high polished, 41 millimeters, and has faceted lugs, and overall is just a beautiful case, but my personal wish would be a combo of brushed and polished, but I understand some love an all polished case finish, but to me it just kind of shows a lot of fingerprints and dust. Onto the dial, and this is where this watch really shines, especially this ultra retro model. And yes, it is a much busier dial than the other 2, especially with this blue tachymeter scale and the red telemeter on the dial, and then of course the blued second hands and everything but the central second hands being red, which is red to match the telemeter scale. The dial on this one is very different from the other 2 colors, as the main dial is more constrained. You also get printed Arabic numbers instead of applied chrome indices, and as you can see, the subdials just fit on this dial configuration, and the numbers do get cut off by the subdials, but that pretty much is how the Felca dial looked as well. But I think the biggest thing I want to point out is the color. The dial is a light cream color, but really only in certain light, and it's difficult to capture correctly on camera. For those that are familiar with photography and videography, especially when it comes to watches, sometimes it's hard to capture colors correctly compared to what you see with your eyes, even with editing. The reason for this is because you have the dial, then in this case the doubled curved sapphire crystal, and then the lens of your camera and whatever settings you had your camera at. Even in pictures on Titoni's own website and social media, this dial can look a lot more white and silver than the cream or light beige it really is. So, depending on the lighting when you first get this and unbox this watch, it can look a lot less cream colored and a lot more white, so do not be surprised. On the back, you do have a polished case back surround and then a look at the movement through the sapphire crystal. You get a gold rotor, and overall, it looks okay. I'm not a massive fan of seeing the movements, as most of you know, especially when they are really not decorated or special. Since this is mostly a copy of a 7750, it doesn't do anything for me personally, but I understand that many will love it, as they just love to see the movement no matter what. Now, for the most part, I think this is a great watch for what it is, and the style and type is just not one that I would be a daily wearer for me, but again, I can appreciate what it is, and I do love this dial and the overall look of this piece. One thing I do not like, though, is the strap. As I said, this model does not seem to be offered on the bracelet, which I guess I just should have had Titoni send along the bracelet anyway, so I could put it on this model and check it out, but it didn't occur to me at the time, which is a shame, as the bracelet does look very nice, but I wanted to review the retro model, the one that looked most like the Felca, so that's where we're at. This version comes on a taupe-colored leather strap, which, to be honest, I just don't like this color at all, especially against the cream dial, and especially against the cream dial with the blued hands and that light blue tachymeter scale. It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't make the color of the dial pop at all, and I think a nice brown pebbled or smooth leather strap would have looked so much better. I don't like the feel either, as this strap is kind of like suede, but it's kind of rough, it's kind of a matte finish, and it just honestly doesn't even look like a leather strap, especially from further away. Now, there's a few other issues as well. You see those lines in the sides of the stitching? Those are design marks, I am told, as I asked Titoni about this ahead of time. But to me, they look like machine marks from the sewing machine that stitched the strap, and at least on this variation, they're more prominent or deeper on one side than they are on the other. Now, you may be thinking, man, is this guy really going hard on this strap? Well, hold on, because I'm not done. You get a push button deployant clasp here, which should save wear and tear on the strap. At least that is the intent. But I'm not so sure it will with this one. In fact, it may be putting more wear on the strap. And while the clasp is beautiful to look at, it's not comfortable when it's on the wrist either. Let me explain. You see, one, it takes a bit to get this buckle on the strap itself. There are no holes here, so no prong system, just an old seatbelt type of buckle system. And it can take a minute or so to get that strap wedged into the buckle and get it secure. But even when you do, and then you put it on, you'll notice, or at least that I did, that buckle is just not comfortable at all, as the bottom part of it bulges into your wrist. Wear this for an hour, and it's annoying. Wear this for more than an hour, and you just simply like pain. In my opinion, this watch would be much better on a different leather strap. Your opinion, of course, may vary, but if I did not want the bracelet, or if Titoni would oddly not sell it on the bracelet, I would be switching out the strap to maybe something a little more vintage looking, or something with a little patina, maybe a custom strap from Drunk Art Straps or Mica or whoever your favorite strap guy is. Now, when it comes to the brand, I think many know that I've really enjoyed the Titoni watches I've reviewed over the years, especially the Seascoper 600 I reviewed last year. I'll link that up in the upper right-hand part of the screen if you haven't seen that one yet. That is truly a special watch in my opinion, especially for the price. This one, well, I love the retro styling, and I think the watch head and dial is really beautiful, and one that I know will appeal to many. And while you probably don't look to this type of watch for lume, this one does have it, and it's not that bad. Actually, it's pretty decent, and it looks nice in the dark, but the leather strap and the buckle is just a no-go for me. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think, though? Do you like the strap on this? Do you like the color? Do you like the design? Do you have one and I missed out on reviewing the bracelet version? What do you think overall of the Titoni Heritage Chronograph? I want to hear from you, so let me know down in the comment section below. All links will be in the description, including to my written review, and please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.